because really nothing's going on in the Roblox sphere right now, I thought it'd be a good time to maybe just talk about the current state of Roblox GORE. It's been around a month since I made a video on the actual Roblox GORE subject, and my channel is largely based off of Roblox GORE. It's one of the biggest things that blew up my entire channel, so I probably should explain why I haven't been uploading anything like that recently. Mainly, it's come down to two really big issues. First of them being Roblox. Roblox has not been the easiest thing to deal with when it comes to Roblox GORE recently. And sadly, with Roblox moderation, you're kind of left guessing with yourself on what is allowed and what is not allowed. Now, I've already said this piece of information on my channel multiple times, so I'm going to say it again. Roblox has banned a lot of the games out there. I mean, if you look up Roblox GORE in the search category, you're not going to find anything because all of the games have been banned, and if you found something, the game has probably been stolen. I can't tell you how many times this happens a day where somebody's like, yo, I found this new Roblox GORE game, and I go look at it and I check it out and it's stolen. And even though if I make a Roblox GORE video, the video does absolutely insane and everybody loves it, I cannot knowingly make videos on stolen games. Even if the people who made the game had good intentions, I just simply cannot allow myself to make a video on a game that is stolen and take the credit away from the actual person who made it, and also put money in the pockets of people who are stealing it. And you might think that like there's not a lot of money in these stolen Roblox GORE games, but trust me, there is a lot of money in these games. I'm not gonna name drop any games here, but one of the top games that probably had over 1,000 concurrent players at a time, which used the Redbox engine, made around $8,000. So I'm not talking about Roblox, I'm talking about USD. $8,000. How would you feel if somebody just ripped $8,000 for something that you did? I get unfathomably mad when I go in the fridge and I see that my dessert that I laid out for myself is eaten. And that probably has the value of $2 at most. So I can only imagine how somebody would feel about losing $8,000. And that's only one game, by the way. What's even worse is the fact that Roblox actually just bans the main games instead of like banning all the stolen copies. The guy who made $8,000 off that stolen game didn't actually get the game removed by Roblox. He removed the game himself after a special request from the owner of Redbox, and he honored it. But the main issue is that Roblox keeps banning the main games, which halts development, sends the game into the shadow realm, and it promotes the stolen copies. And because of this constant banning and because of these stolen copies being up, Redbox 2 is a dead project. It's no longer a thing. It went from getting 800 concurrent players on average to getting nothing, all because Roblox banned it. And after it was put up, Roblox did not put it in any algorithm or anything, and it had a concurrent player base of like 25 people. And that's like completely devastating. I mean, I feel bad when one of my videos just doesn't get recommended into the algorithm whatsoever and it gets like 5,000 views when it usually gets around 20,000. I feel like I'm at the bottom of the world. Granted, I know that there's always tomorrow and I can always make something better, but with Redbox and making Roblox games, you only really have one shot at it. It's not like you can just re-upload a game every day and, you know, pray for the best, because it's just not how that works. Too much time and effort goes into these games. And with Redbox gone, that only really leaves us with two other GORE games that are kind of still out. One being Neighborhood War, and also the other one being Untitled Shooter. And Neighborhood War has been the same game for roughly years now. It's basically a finished project. And there's not that much new content that I can make on it because the game's kind of already done. It's already made its cycle. Granted, the game is still very, very fun to play. I just can't make the video on that game just because I've already made multiple videos on it. And Untitled Shooter isn't getting updated because they're making a whole new game, which probably won't be out for a good little bit. And at this point, why even risk updating your game if Roblox is, you know, gonna 50-50 strike down the game? Roblox moderation has been a huge headache with this subject because it's so inconsistent. Because Roblox says one thing and then does another thing. Roblox lately has really been pushing the mature game category and has been wanting an older audience on Roblox. And we know this because they've been investing $500,000 into games like Frontlines, Rolling Thunder, and Riotfall, which are mature games, keep that in mind. But while Roblox is giving all this money to all these mature games, they're also banning half the mature games too. I feel like there's some big disconnect at Roblox and its moderation team because Roblox is saying one thing, but when they're saying that one thing, they're also banning that exact thing they want. Like, take this for example. Roblox adds 13 plus games, meaning that you can lock your game behind a 13 plus barrier so younger people can't play said game. Sounds cool, right? So every Roblox developer or Roblox GORE developer is like, hey, this obviously isn't meant for children. Let's put it behind the 13 plus. And on top of that 13 plus, we're also going to make it not enabled automatically. And if you want to enable the GORE, you have to manually do it yourself and confirm that you are old enough to actually use it. And even with all that in place, the game still gets banned. It feels like a slap in the face. When they're talking about having a more mature audience and adding Roblox dating, but then also strike down mature games on Roblox, it just doesn't make any sense to me. And honestly, in my opinion, it's just not worth the risk anymore. Because the game doesn't just get banned, so does your account. If you're the primary leader of the group, whatever happens to the game also kind of happens to you. Granted, it might not be permanent, it might be for a few days, but your Roblox account is still at very much risk. And because of that, a lot of people have just thrown in the towel. They're done. They don't want to do it anymore. And I understand. I wouldn't want to do it either. If the system is actively working against you, I don't want to play that game. And another issue, there are some really shady people inside this category. I mentioned earlier about how games get stolen pretty often and how people amass a lot of money from stealing said games. The people who do all this stealing and leak this stuff aren't inherently good people, believe it or not. In the past, I have never said this on my channel before, but I actually have gotten death threats, dox threats, and a lot of harassment in my DMs. And for obvious reasons, I'm not going to name drop these people or expose them for who they are, because frankly, I don't care enough. But Redbox and Roblox GORE in general has kind of been a headache behind the scenes to make videos on, because they're honestly the only community I've really had an issue with making videos on. But there's been a glaring issue with this community in particular. It seems like it's a lose-lose whenever I make a video on Roblox GORE, because one, I actually enjoy playing the games. However, people get mad at me for making the games and blowing them up because people like gatekeeping the games. And then on top of that, there's these people that don't like the developers of said game, and they will come to me and they'll be like, oh yeah, this person is a racist, sexist, homophobe, probably touches kids. And then when I ask for solid evidence or like just something better than a Discord screenshot, it always ends with me being gaslighted by the person about how I'm a terrible person or something like that. And there have been cases where I've seen, well, example for one game in particular where I've seen solid evidence and I just have simply not done anything with that game, or I've just not touched the game with a 10-foot pole ever since. And I'm perfectly fine with that. I never want to make a video that's actually endangering people and making the community unsafe for people, or just making it a worse place. And so I do genuinely appreciate the actual reports I get, but most of the time it just seems like high school drama. And this happens on a daily occurrence. I kid you not. This, like, if you go to my DMs, a lot of the message requests are from these games, and just, oh, like I said, I've never had this issue with any other game. It's specifically a Roblox GORE issue. I don't like talking about it because honestly, I don't think it has a place on my channel, but just let it be known, there has been a lot of issues in the background, and there's been a lot of days ruined because of these people. But anyways, guys, that's kind of the current state of the Roblox GORE situation. I don't plan on making another video on Roblox GORE unless a new game comes out or something gets updated. And as much as people want it, I don't want to make the same video over and over and over again, because one, it's not fair to you guys and it's not fair to myself. So on that note, let me know in the comments what I should play next and what I should check out, because honestly, I need some new games. It's been so stale out here and I need something new, please.